The call came just after midnight, a nurse's voice, urgent, trembling. "Your sister is in the ICU. Come now." By the time I got there, the machines were already breathing for her. Bandages covered half her body. Her face was pale, drained of everything but fear. When she saw me, she tried to sit up. I pressed her back gently, but she grabbed my wrist with surprising strength. "Brother," her voice cracked, "I overheard them. Your wife and her lover, they're planning to shoot you. In the woods, next week." She coughed, blood flecking her lips. "They saw me." He gripped my arm. "His assassin jumped me. I tried to run." Her eyes closed, machines beeping faster. I leaned close. Her whisper barely made it past her teeth. "They forgot why you were Delta Force." The words hung inside me like an old weapon pulled from a hidden case. I sat by her bed for hours, watching her breathe, watching the rise and fall of betrayal made flesh. My wife, the woman I'd bled for, built a life with, planning my execution like a business deal. I wanted to dismiss it as trauma, as my sister's delirium, but her eyes had been too clear, her fear too real. The thought of it burned quietly, corrosive. When my wife arrived at the hospital the next morning, she rushed toward me with rehearsed panic. Her mascara ran just enough to sell grief, but not enough to smudge the perfection she wore like armor. "She's alive." My voice was even, too even. She touched my arm. Her hand lingered. Warm, familiar, poison. I forced a small nod, though every nerve in my body screamed. She wasn't grieving for my sister, she was calculating, measuring what had been overheard. The betrayal wasn't abstract anymore. It was a shape in the room, heavy, undeniable. And I knew I couldn't confront her yet, not without proof. I moved through the following days with surgical calm. Her phone, left charging at night, gave me entry. Messages hidden under false names, coordinates, times, conversations not about love, but logistics. My death was being planned the way one books a weekend trip. The lover's number traced back to a man I had once considered an acquaintance, someone who had watched me long enough to know my habits, my weaknesses. I mapped their pattern: midnight calls, meetings at motels, withdrawals from a shared account. She still kissed me goodnight, still laughed at the right jokes, still played the role of devoted wife. But when her eyes lingered too long on mine, I saw calculation where love used to be. I said nothing. My sister's words echoed. "They forgot why you were Delta Force." I let them believe I was oblivious, let them think their performance held. But every smile from her, every brush of her hand across my shoulder, was filed, cataloged, turned into ammunition. They wanted me in the woods. So I waited for the woods. The day came quietly. She suggested a walk, her voice light, casual, as though it had sprouted from affection. "Just us. You've been so tense. The fresh air will help." I agreed, smiled even, the kind of smile she mistook for trust. The trail was narrow, the canopy thick. Birds scattered when a branch snapped behind us. Her lover emerged, pistol in hand. Her breath caught, but not in surprise. She knew this moment. She had rehearsed it. I turned to her slowly, studying her face. She couldn't meet my eyes. "Now?" the man asked her. She hesitated, then nodded. A small nod, but it sealed her fate. What neither of them knew, what they couldn't know, was that I had already rerouted his weapon, swapped it during one of their clandestine meetings I followed. My hands had been on it days ago, a single round removed, chamber locked. He raised the pistol, pulled the trigger. Click. Confusion widened his eyes. My wife gasped, her performance faltering into raw fear. I stepped forward, calm as stone. I took the gun from his shaking hand, held it up between us like an artifact of their failure. "One round," I said quietly. "That's all it would have taken. Her knees buckled. She whispered my name like it was a shield. But shields crack when struck from within. I placed the gun in her palm, closed her trembling fingers around it. "Pull the trigger," I told her. Her head shook violently. Tears streaked her face. The weight of her betrayal pressed down harder than the steel in her hand. I leaned close, my voice low, controlled. "You wanted me dead. Now live with it." Then I let go. She collapsed, sobbing, the gun clattering against the dirt. Her lover fled into the trees, but I didn't chase him. His life was already hollow. The real execution had already happened, and she knew it. I walked out of the woods alone. The silence wasn't heavy, it was clean. My sister would heal, scarred but alive. She had warned me, saved me. She was my blood, my anchor. My wife? She was nothing now, not even an enemy, just a shadow of what I once believed. Revenge hadn't required a bullet, only truth, and truth had done its work. As I reached the road, I looked back once. The trees swallowed her sobs, the sound of a woman realizing she had destroyed herself. I felt no pity, no rage, just clarity. They planned to bury me in the woods. Instead, I buried them there.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.